What is going on, everybody? Powell here, and welcome back to the next episode of OpenTTD, where I am building a passenger-only network. So last episode we built this train line, which we are following right here for, well, the train pulls up in Ridderade. Last episode we managed to hook up a quite large part of the map with these towns right here, where we split the train network from Leiden up to Drogebeek Woods, and then it's split in either a kind of northwest and a northeast spur of the network. And for this episode I want to still create a small link between Vekenschede and Oosterrecht, and so I want to do that. And then I saw as well that I missed Zuid-Amstel at this part of the network as well. But there are a few more towns in between here. So at what is called Hilverum and Hardedorp. Both are quite interesting to connect, considering all the hills right here. I'm not sure how I am going to do that yet, even though they're quite large towns. It was interesting to see that how Hilverum is almost, not double, it's almost 1,000 more inhabitants compared to Hardedorp, but Hardedorp is spread nicely along the valley and the rivers right here on the hill. But yeah, so first things first, I want to create a connection between Vekenschede and Oosterrecht. That's going to be a pendle service. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make it a single train going there. I'm gonna sever the connection right here and then do just a straight line there. And then into there. Yeah. And then connect him up. There is perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, then we need a two-way signal here. And let's place another extra signal right there. Yeah. And then the other way around, we need, I think, something like this. Maybe one up here. And that should not matter actually. This one should not do anything. I think I can do this as well. And that should work. So let's try it out. Let's buy a train. Again, it's going to be the SH40 electric train with only passenger carriages. And if you hear some noise in the background, that's the neighbor doing some backyard work. So apologies for that. There we go. But at least we can have a train there. Yeah, this is indeed not good. Yeah, so we indeed need extra. We need some extra signals right here, because he was blocking this whole section right here. The other train when he was entering the platform right here, so that's not good, of course. And he is blocking this entire section, which makes sense, but he's the only train around, so that's fine. So let's see if he is making his trip. Well, it's perfect timing. Because there are two trains waiting up in here, and he's coming along right there, so he should now wait at the signal right here. He indeed does. He is going out. He is now going in there very nicely into this platform, and then he can exit, and that's it. Nice. Alright, so now that means that people from Oosterrecht didn't need to travel all the way to Ridderade, Drogebeek, and then back up the line here to Vekenschede. Well, we do now have some sort of circle connection right here, so that's fine. And so yeah, that's good. And while we are at it, I see here Vekenschede oil fields. And I said we are all going to do some helicopter stuff right here. Let's see, we have one up in here. So we need a depot. Yeah, let's just build one up there. a helicopter. There we go. You can go from here towards here. There. You need to click the base apparently, and not here, so that's fine. And off you go. So that's at least that oil field connected, and we have 2 more up in here. So we need those connected up as well. And Bessemont definitely needs some connection towards the other part of the network as well. And since it's a very small town, that's quite an easy job. And we're just going to do some bus servicing between Bessemont and Oosterrecht right here. Let's build a bus station up in here and one up in here as well. I don't want the Dinger 100. Do I want a foster bus? Yeah, I do want a foster bus. There we go. And so let's get a new vehicle and let's test the foster bus immediately. So you can go from Westermont, Oostenrijk South and Central, and then go clockwise. Yeah, off you go. Let's buy another one and make him go counterclockwise. There we go. 2 buses should be fine for now. We might need an extra one for the bus station, for the buses up in here. So yeah, people are celebrating all kinds of stuff, which is very nice. Alright, let's get a heli station in here as well. And am I going to pair it with my train station? Yeah, I am. And it should mean we now should be able to handle a few more helicopters right here. So one is going from here towards the Oostenrecht fields. Off you go. And crap. You, number 7, need to go to Bessemont. Oil field, there we go. So that means that these 2 oil rigs are also connected to the network. And yeah, that's the better part of the northern end of the map done. Except for Valkenheim and West Hardenbeek right here. And I think what I am going to do is do some buses between at least Zuidschede, West Hardenbeek, Valkenheim, all the way to Bovenhoorn. So people can travel in either direction towards the train station and hop on the train there onto the rest of the network. So that should be working out pretty fine. And then I think I want some sort of connection between Ridderrade and Bovenhoorn as well eventually. Maybe from Bovenhoorn to Ridderrade, then to the Drogenbeek as a small train line or something like that. So people from Zuidschede don't need to travel all the way towards Hilheim here to get to up there, which is, yeah, it doesn't really make sense, right? So, but I don't want to overdo everything as well with my train lines. So, yeah. First things first, we need some buses in here. So I want a bus between somewhere here and West Hardenbeek, and we need a bus between. This end of the year report, nice. Alright, train revenue increasing, road vehicle revenue steady, aircraft steady, ships rising a little bit. And we have 1.1 million euros in the bank. We have a loan of 6k at the moment, meaning our own funds are over 500,000, so I'm gonna repay everything. It saves up at least 12k in operating expenses yearly. Not that much, but still. I think it's always interesting to repay your loan fully. I think that's best there is. And in the meantime, I'm laying down some road network for my bus service here. Ooh, there's a hill, nice nasty hill right there. I don't want this, I want this. Lower that part of the terrain. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the river intact right there. And yeah, we need to either raise the land or lower the land. And I'm gonna lower it right there. So we now have a road connection between Bobenholm all the way to Zuidschede, so that's good. Meaning we can do some busing there. So one dead center, yep, Bobenholm Central. Valkenheim, there we go. West Harderbeek, yeah. And at Zuidschede, let's do it. Yeah, here is fine. Central station there. We have a road depot already there. We need a road depot here. Let's build road depots all along the route so buses can serve themselves wherever that's needed. And then let's get some buses going from Bobenholm Central to Valkenheim, to West Harderwijk, Zuidschede, and then a round trip, of course. And then back all to the top of the list. There we go. So let's put 4 buses on this line. Get them out one by one. So they spread out a little bit. So let's make sure he activates this station right here. Make sure some passengers start getting piled up there. Already 16, that's nice. Meaning we might need even more than 4 on this line eventually, because it's quite a distance. But I don't want to make separate lines between each towns here. Just one single line, that's fine. Alright, let's get the second one going. And then let's wait a few minutes before we do the third and fourth one as well. And then I can think about how to connect Bobenholm and Ridderade. We could do a separate train line here, same with Vinkenschede and Oostrecht as well. That's nice. Meaning now we can do the third bus going. I think it's just a single line between Ridderade and Bobenholm is fine. I'm gonna use some trains there. Yeah, definitely. We can quite easily hook up in here. And I think I'm gonna do the same setup as here, just a singular train there. And there is the next bus going. Oh no, I want electrified way. And we can go up here. Let's go with a yeah, that's fine. You can go up the way down there. Make a smoking past the farm. And there's another farm right here where we need another smoking. Also past this. Ooh, let's make a slightly. Let's see, go there and then there. And then nope, that's already one tile too far. The bridge in here. Over this river. And then hook up in here, and then we can... Alright, so we need to go here, and I want to do this. There we go. And then we need a two-way signal here. So let's see, yeah, indeed, that's fine. And we need a two-way signal here as well. And then this signal needs to be gone. Yeah, and this should work again. Right, so let's build a new train. I don't want to need to clone it. This one again. Passengers 5 should be fine. Go from Bobenholm Central all the way to Ridderade. There we go. I think that's a nice connection right there. So he is now entering Bobenholm, sorry. Traveling along the line right here at a 90-degree turn. Sure enough. And down all the way down here, and indeed he's blocking all the way this section of the track up till the signal here, and then he can enter the station without a problem, and then leave again. That should be working out just fine. Let's speed up time a little bit, see if it is indeed working out fine. Unloading, loading, and off he goes. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. I think that's a decent connection up setup in here. In the meantime, some more oil rigs are popping up right there, which I'm gonna worry about later. I think these 3 towns right here, like I said, Zuid-Amstelsum, Hilverum and Hardedorp. Interesting to see that Hilverum has shrink a little bit. It was at 2,200 inhabitants, now at 2,000 only. But yeah. Let's see, and then another connection, I think, between Drogebeek and these 3 towns, and then back to Loosel. That makes the most sense. But am I going to do some trains? Because let's see, if I press X, I can see through all the buildings and remove trees. Putting in the train station in either of these towns, if only you could place diagonal train stations, then it should be, then I should at least get a train station right here and do some buses between these 2 towns. But yeah, that's obviously not an option. But what I am now thinking about, what are you thinking about? And I think, these hills are very, very nasty. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is make some sort of transferium part of things. So I'm gonna build a train station right here. Add an 8 length station there. Let's go out this way. Make this already up in here. Not like so. But like so. You go out here. A crossover right there. And go there. And go diagonally into this direction. Drop down the hill here. Nope. New vehicle available, the fast service. Right, nice. Yeah, let's go here and then there. Because this radio tower is blocking my way. Let's go there. Ooh, too easy. Bridge is there. Need to go up in here. Let's lower this part of the train. Let's go there and then into there. There we go. You go down. There we go. Yeah, that's I think, yeah, that's nice and done. And then we can hook up into Loosel here, and then this part can go there. But what I'm then gonna do is do some busing between the this station and the towns here, and then I think I'm gonna do some transferring. Maybe. So we need some there. And then let's lower these parts so we can make a tunnel there. Hook him up and you go there. There we go. Oh, that makes sense with the radio station there as well. Nice. Let's have a bus station. Hilverum refuses to allow this. Okay. We can fix it later. Let's then first fix the train station. Maybe then they will like me more. Train station, yeah, let's line up first. Let's go there. You go there. Yeah, make sure I'm not removing any signals that are needed here. Simple bridge over my own line. There we go. Something like this, yep. Yeah, I'm not gonna get and more optimal way to connect this without making 90-degree turns, but that's fine. And then we can hook this up to the towards a line towards South Amsterdam. Holy mother of radio towers right here. There's so many there. So many there. Let's see, if I go up in here, it should work out very nicely. If I alter the terrain ever so slightly, indeed, so we can travel past the coal mine here as well. Then we need a train station somewhere here near South Amstelsum. Aircraft revenue increased massively, road vehicle massively, train vehicle dropped. Okay, overall revenue is increased, so we are back at thank you, back at over €1 million in the bank. Nice. Okay, I'm looking at South Amsterdam, and placing a train station there is equally difficult compared to these two towns right here with the hill up in here. I mean, I don't want to change the hill too much. It's just not too realistic, right? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, even though I'm gonna skip South Amsterdam with my train line altogether, I'm gonna go this direction right here with my train line. Commit to the network from this angle. So right there, nice. And then I need a split off from this line somewhere here. Yeah, indeed. There we go. And yeah, again, a 90-degree angle turn isn't optimal, but I don't have another way out. Let's see, this is all hooked up indeed. You can go all the way there. Let's make sure we can see something again. On the depot here, we have a depot there, and we have a depot here, so that's fine. And then I'm gonna clone this train for easy building. And then I'm gonna say you go to Droogbeekwood, to Rugelmoed, and then to Loosel, and then back there. I'm gonna clone you once, so we have 2 trains on this line going. So now Hilverum is connected, Hardendorp officially not. Droogbeekwood was already connected, of course. But now people can travel, if they want, from Lekheuvel towards Vinkenschede. They can take a connection up in here, rather than going all the way to Bovenhoorn, Ridderade, another transfer. And they still need to make a transfer up here, but another transfer up here, and then they go towards there. So that makes more sense. But like I said, we need to hook these guys up as well. And I think Hilverum might probably still not like me. Yeah, indeed. They still think very poorly of me. We can alter that ever so slightly if we just build a little bit of trees right there. And we can have a bus station here and another bus station here. Yeah. I want a bus station up in here as well. Can I hook this up here? Yeah, I can hook this up here. Nice. So we can have a loop in this down. Make a bus station here. Make a bus station here. We cannot close this loop though. That's fine, I think. Yeah, indeed, I cannot close that loop. No. Alright, and Hardendorp refuses me to alter this. Sure, that's fine, no problem. And what we then also can do, you can go up in here, you can go up in here. Is it hooked up? Yeah, nice. Now we can have a bus depot here. Yeah, let's build one up in here as well. Right, so we can have a faster bus going in between Hilverum and Harderdorp at least. Let's get 2 of those going. And then we can have another bus going. Let's go from Hilverum towards here. And in the Hilverum Woods you are going to transfer. So you can go. And then we can have another bus. You can go from Harderdorp towards Hilverum Woods as well. And also going to transfer people. And then, yeah, this train station will serve as a small hub for these 2 towns right here. And with their own bus service, they can travel alongside as well. I think that's nice. And I'm even thinking about doing some bus between Zwaagdrecht and Harderdorp as well. I think it makes sense. Not too far. And then we can have a bus between Hilverum, Harderdorp and Zwaagdrecht all together. I think that makes sense. So let's make sure that's happening as well. So 1, 2, 3. I can have a bridge over here, a road bridge. So we are still on the grid indeed. There we go. Hook this up all together and I can draw a straight line into there. Nice. A road depot. A bus station. There we go. Zwaagdrecht Central. Let's get another bus going from Zwaagdrecht Central to Harderdorp. Off you go. I'm gonna clone you once. Yeah, and I want a bus between. I don't want to click any of these buses, because then I will take over the orders of that set bus, and I don't want that. You go from there to there. Go new ones as well. Off you go. So we have 4 buses into Zwaagdrecht Central, which might seem a lot. But with the distance between all these towns, I think that's appropriate. Right. And now the only town not hooked up is Zuid-Amsterdam. Which of course, we cannot let that happen. We cannot forget these guys. Right, I want a... let's see. Can I get a... I don't think I can get a... Yeah. Also the bridge over the tracks there. I think I need to at least... If I lower this. If I raise that. I should be able to build a bridge right here, right? Yeah, indeed. Nice. Alright, so we have a road going there. And we need a road going into here. Yeah, this part of the river, sorry, but not so sorry this time. We can have a bus station smack center in the middle of Zuid-Amstelsum. And let's build a bus station that's center at Drogebeek if they would allow me. But of course, they won't. Sure. Let's bribe them then with some trees along the riverside here. Now they will let me build a bus station right there. Let's have a depot here and let's have a depot here. And get a bus going. From there, Zuid-Amsterdam to Drogebeek. Now off you go. And I want at least one more on the line as well. There we go. People celebrating. Nice. And yeah, the oil field here at Hilrade is gonna get a helicopter going eventually. Vinkelschede already has one with 8 passengers waiting. Yeah, and of course I know these things aren't the most profitable in terms of money making, but still, people need to travel to from and towards these oil fields. So yeah, that's definitely something I want to do, include in my network as well. And now I think Dockford, I think, is the only town right here in the upper northern end of the map not hooked up to the network. We are gonna hook Dockford up both with a ferry, at least to Uithuiskerk, I think, and maybe to Driebergen here, and with some busing between Bovenhorn, I think, maybe. Yeah, also some ferry towards Zuidschelde, because a bus between these two towns isn't really something, actually. Let's make at least a dock connection right here. There we go. So we can say we fully have the Tafelcraft, fully northern end of the map hooked up to the network. There we go. Bar from a single oil rig here at Heelrade. Yeah, but yeah, if you pan away, you don't see it, and if you can't see it, it's not there. Alright. So now, in all seriously, next episode, a helicopter service towards Heelrade will be made, of course, and then yeah, this part is all done, and we can optimize it, right? We can do some boating between Drogsheuvel and Bovenmeer Helnisse as well. It's faster than some buses between these towns. And of course, Spijksrade. We still need to hook those guys up as well, somehow. Not sure yet how I'm gonna do that, but yeah, they need a connection towards the better part of the network, so definitely will be doing that later on as well. Alright, so if you don't want to miss out seeing me trying to hook up Spijksrade to this network as well, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on that next episode. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.